Whatever your wishes, I shall grant it.
I want a harem of magical lollies that all want to sleep with me.
Is that all?
And make one of them my sister. No, all of them.
Really? That's what you're gonna wish for from an omnipotent grail. Saber, are you really okay with this? No. I swear you better not agree. Come on, man.
I just finished watching the children-friendly, but not child-friendly anime, Fate Prisma Illya. I did run into a real problem when I was watching this anime, besides the police showing up at my door. How was I gonna watch 4 seasons of anime in just a few hours?
You wanna see some real speed, bitch?
As always, it's up to me to change the name of this anime to something a bit more realistic. Classroom of the Underaged, Elementary DxD, and finally, Kiss X Sis. If you decided to waste your money buying the Prisma Illya limited edition 3DS game like me, be sure to subscribe to my channel and join my Discord. Let me give you a satire synopsis, which does contain spoilers.
ネタバレはまだちょっと早いんじゃないかな?
Are you winning, son? Dad, it's not what it looks like. Dad, say something. Dad. Prisma Illya currently has 4 different seasons, which consist of serious magical girl business, lesbian lollies, slice of life, and isekai. Season 1 begins with the introduction of magical girls Rin and Luvia, who are tasked with collecting all of the cards of Exodia. Their magical wands, Ruby and Sapphire, who give them magical powers, decide that they're not worthy anymore because they're too close to the age of consent. After abandoning them to fall to their death, they go out to recruit some elementary school students. Ruby chooses Illya to become a magical girl, who apparently is 10 in this universe. Rin recruits Illya to continue her mission of collecting all of the class cards by jumping into Doctor Strange's mirror dimension, beating up the servant there, and taking their card. Only one problem. This anime doesn't have nearly enough lollies. So let's throw in Miyu, who is Luvia's replacement. These magical girls can use the cards to briefly borrow the servant's abilities, giving them the power to sell more merchandise at an increased price. Well, now that that fight's over, time for these girls to become best friends, even having a training arc together. After fighting some other servants, Illya comes to the realization that she could die in these fights, even walking away from the magical girl life. However, by the end of the season, she returns to protect her friend, and they collect all of the cards together. This season had some great tones. I wonder what season 2 had to offer. What a strong start to season 2, with Illya accidentally kissing Miyu. But don't worry, she thought it was her brother she was kissing. I can just picture the creator of Prisma Illya, Hiroshi, just sitting at his desk, thinking what can he do to bring this anime to the next level. Then it hit him. What if he made a copy of Illya, but this time tanned? Chloe was created from the Archer card, and she kisses everyone she sees. Right! Don't worry though, this is just to restore her mana, and definitely not for lesbian lolly scenes. Why did so many people tell me to review this anime? When Illya was a child, Iris-Veil and Kuritsugu decided to abandon the Holy Grail War and remove Illya's memories from her first few months as a baby, which was Chloe. Since this was clearly all Illya's fault, she decides to try and kill her. After trying to kill her for a few episodes, they make her stop by linking their bodies together, so they feel pain at the same time. Nice little plot device. Sure would be a shame if they forgot about it every other episode. After going back to fighting each other, when Chloe is on the verge of death, Illya says, "Aren't you just the Holy Grail? Just wish to live. Easy." New season, new lolly. Wait, that's a Shota. An 8th card has been discovered that is located underground, so it should take about 7 episodes to dig down there. Well, what should we do in preparation for the big battle? Train? Nah, let's turn this anime into a slice of life. 7 episodes later. Time for the final battle. Hey, I bet you wish you trained now instead. Gilgamesh abducts Miyu because she's the complete Holy Grail from another world. She was the one responsible for the class cards coming here from her world. Don't worry though, Illya will save her. Wow, that actually went pretty well. Season 4, the Sasuke retrieval arc. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Miyu got captured again. After being taken, they all get teleported to another world where Miyu is originally from. How did this turn into an isekai? Is that Kirei running a ramen store? Never mind, back to the plot. In this alternate universe, Miyu is the Holy Grail and her brother is Shiro. Wait a minute, so she's just Illya from another world. She's Illya, and she's a copy of Illya. So, all magical girls are Illya? Always has been. It turns out that the Ainsworths who abducted her are going to sacrifice Miyu to use the Holy Grail to save the world. What a great battle of ideologies. Do you sacrifice one person to save the masses? Illya responds with, Yep, that's definitely a protagonist right there. I can excuse this because she is a kid. But this does just prove that other protagonists who say this, Shiro, have the problem-solving mindset of an elementary school student. After escaping with Miyu, where's the rest? Now, let's talk about the characters in this anime. Starting off with the girl who didn't get enough screen time in all of the other fates, so she now got a series longer than all of the others. Illya is a complete airhead, which is a great trait to have for a magical girl, considering it runs off the power of
imagination.
While fighting to the death every other day, she also has to deal with Ruby, who enjoys injecting strange drugs into elementary school students in her free time. Still 10 tier.
事実はアニメよりきなりっていうか
Miyu, the emotionless character who only thinks things work according to science, in a universe where she is a magical girl who came from another world. Unlike Illya, she can't fly because, according to logic, that shouldn't even be possible. However, in the wise words of Master Oogway, you must believe. Too bad with all of that logic, she gets abducted all the time. Amber alert tier.
私の友達はイディアだけ
Tanline Illya, the only character who hates herself more than Shoya. Then later on, she flips the switch and now wants to sleep with herself. Just like everybody else, she's super into Shiro, who is Archer in the future. So is that like trying to sleep with herself times 2? Self-cess tier. Rin and Luvia, the two who were originally sent to retrieve the cards, yet were abandoned because they were out of their prime. This is definitely the reason, and not because Rin is abusive. So they have no choice but to tag along with the Sailor Scouts, throwing rocks at the enemy while fighting each other the whole time. Best buddies tier. Shiro, the newest member of the registry, who is being pursued by everybody on the show. Which leads me to the main question that everybody is asking. Why is he even here if the Holy Grail War didn't happen? Did his parents just abandon him anyways? Now he's forced to live in a house where he's accused of crimes that he didn't commit. Sometimes. False accusations tier. The mage with the great power of punching, Bazette. She was the one responsible for beating the first 2 class cards. Wait, did these two even do anything? Unfortunately, to pay for some damages that she caused, Bazette now works multiple jobs to pay off her debt. Just your average millennial. Bills to pay tier. There are helicopter parents, then there are those on the other side of the spectrum, like Irisfield. She appears every now and then, says my daughter's still alive, and then goes back on another trip. I mean, Kiritsugu didn't even show up because he's neither a magical girl or a love interest. Call Child Protective Services tier. Finally, the classic old man butler, who is possibly the greatest character in the Fate franchise. He was in the middle of a fight and said, then proceeds to whip out guns from everywhere, including staircases, because his Super Saiyan transformation is a gun. Best girl tier. Time for final thoughts and rating the anime. What convinced somebody to make this? I can just picture Hiroyama finishing this and then saying, "What can I say except you're welcome?" Surprisingly enough, I did enjoy the plot for the first season, which is the lowest rated season out of all of them. It definitely did feel like an OVA in the middle 2 seasons, but they weren't that bad. It should come as no surprise that I hate the power of friendship in anime. Unless it's magical girls using the power of friendship. I did find it funny how there would be serious moments and then somebody would say something so out of context like, the main cast of this anime was good, with Illya standing out the most. I wasn't a big fan of most of the side characters though. The fight scenes were amazing, which really separates it from other magical girl animes. It was kind of weird to see how they would just randomly switch to CGI though. My favorite part of this anime may have been the soundtracks. They just went really well with the fight scenes and especially the serious moments. While my anime list gave this anime a score of around 7.2 out of 10, I will be giving it a score of 7.7 magical wands out of 10. In conclusion, hello, Outro Lunar here. Click here if you want to see my channel. Click over here if you want to see my most recent video. Click over here if you want to see the recommended video. Alright, bye.